Baghdad, 1971. The city simmered with tension, ruled by the Ba'ath Party and shadowed by Saddam Hussein. Into this charged atmosphere came professional wrestling, a spectacle of heroes and villains. Adnan al-Qaisi, an Iraqi star who found fame in America, returned home at the government's request. The main attraction, Andre the Giant, a global phenomenon, over 7 feet tall. But in Baghdad, every spectacle carried political weight. The stage was set for more than a match. It was a high-stakes drama. For the regime, it was a test of national pride. In this city, the outcome of a match could change lives, or end them. The world of wrestling was about to collide with the world of absolute power. 3 men stood at the heart of this story, each a force in his own right. Andre the Giant, adored by fans, feared by opponents, a gentle soul in a giant's body. In the ring, Andre was a god. Outside, he craved only simple pleasures and camaraderie. He knew wrestling was a show, a dance, not a real fight. Adnan al-Qaisi, in America a villain, in Iraq a national hero and Saddam's old friend. His connection to Saddam was both his shield and his greatest risk. Adnan was the promoter, the star, and the man responsible for the safety of his foreign guests. Saddam Hussein, not yet Iraq's supreme leader, but already its most dangerous man. He saw the world in absolutes, strength or weakness, loyalty or betrayal. To Saddam, wrestling was not performance. It was a real contest, a matter of national honor. When he saw Adnan, he saw Iraqi strength. When he saw Andre, he saw a foreign challenge. These 3 men were on a collision course. The wrestling ring, usually a stage for pretend combat, was about to become the most dangerous place on earth. Saddam expected Adnan to win, at any cost. The crowd would see a match. Saddam would see a war. For Andre and Adnan, the stakes were suddenly life and death. The script was no longer theirs to control. The triangle of power, fame, and danger was set. In Baghdad, the outcome would be decided by more than athletic skill. It would be decided by fear. The real danger began with a simple misunderstanding. Saddam Hussein believed wrestling was real. He saw the match as a true test of strength, not a scripted show. Saddam had staked his reputation on this event, expecting Adnan to defend Iraq's honor. The main event, Adnan al-Qaisi versus Andre the Giant. In wrestling tradition, the local hero would fight valiantly, but lose to the giant. But in Baghdad, with Saddam watching, that outcome was unthinkable. For Saddam, an Iraqi loss would be a national humiliation. He could not separate performance from reality. If Andre won, it would mean Iraq was weaker than France, a shame Saddam would not tolerate. The wrestling ring became a political minefield. The planned finish, Andre's victory, was now a death sentence. Adnan realized the gravity of the situation. This was no longer about entertainment. Government officials spoke not of showmanship, but of victory and honor. The pressure was suffocating. The match had become a matter of survival. Adnan and Andre were trapped in a story they could no longer control. The stakes were higher than any championship. The consequences of losing were unthinkable. In Saddam's Iraq, perception was everything, and the cost of misunderstanding could be fatal. Backstage, the tension was unbearable. Andre prepared for the match, but sensed something was wrong. Adnan entered, pale and shaken, fresh from a chilling meeting with Saddam's men. He pulled Andre aside, voice low and urgent. "Listen to me, boss," Adnan whispered. "You have to lose. Saddam thinks this is real." The message was clear. If Adnan lost, there would be consequences, possibly deadly ones. Andre, who had never feared an opponent, now felt a cold dread. He was a foreigner under the watch of a brutal regime. Their lives depended on the outcome of a fake fight that had suddenly become all too real. The original plan, Andre winning, was scrapped. Now, Andre had to lose, and convincingly. It had to look real enough to satisfy Saddam. There could be no mistakes. No accidental displays of Andre's true strength. The match had to be quick, decisive, and believable. The script was rewritten in fear. Andre, the unstoppable giant, would have to fall. The stakes, not just pride, but survival. The locker room was silent, the air thick with anxiety. For the first time, the outcome of a wrestling match was a matter of life and death. The show was about to begin, but the danger was all too real. In Baghdad, the line between performance and reality had vanished. The walk to the ring felt like a march to judgment. The stadium roared for Adnan. Saddam watched, stone-faced at ringside. For Andre, every step was heavy with dread. The bell rang. The match began. There would be no theatrics, just survival. Andre made himself look vulnerable, taking clumsy punches and selling every blow. Adnan attacked with urgency, knowing they had to end it fast. Every move was calculated, every reaction an act of self-preservation. Andre, the giant, had to make Adnan look like a conquering hero. After a brief exchange, Adnan landed a simple dropkick. Andre crashed to the mat, selling the impact as if struck by a truck. Adnan covered him. The referee counted. 1, 2, 3. It was over in less than 3 minutes. The crowd erupted. Saddam smiled. Adnan was celebrated as a national hero. For Andre and Adnan, it was relief, pure and overwhelming. They had survived the most dangerous match of their lives. The spectacle was over, but the fear lingered. In the ring, Andre lay still, not from pain, but from the shock of survival. The show had saved their lives, barely. In Baghdad, victory meant escape, and the cost of failure was unthinkable. After the match, Adnan was paraded as a hero. Saddam was pleased. The honor of Iraq was intact, but the fear remained. Andre wanted out. He had done what was asked, but now just wanted to leave Baghdad forever. The experience had shaken him deeply. They were celebrated guests, but also watched prisoners. Andre kept a low profile, desperate to avoid further attention. Adnan used his influence to arrange Andre's quiet departure. Every moment in Iraq felt like tempting fate. The giant, usually carefree, was now just a scared man far from home. He had faced tough crowds, but never a threat so absolute. That night left a permanent mark on both men. For Andre, it was a dark memory, a time when the show became terrifyingly real. It was a brutal reminder of the dangers fame could bring in the wrong place. He had been a pawn in a political game he never wanted to play. The incident haunted him, a secret shadow in his legend. Even the biggest man in the world could be made to feel small. This episode revealed the perilous intersection of wrestling, power, and perception. Saddam's inability to see the artifice turned a simple match into a life-or-death struggle. For Adnan and Andre, it was a lesson. In the wrong hands, the stories told in the ring can become terrifyingly real. The night the giant fell in Baghdad was more than a match. It was a chilling fable about the thin line between performance and reality.